failure is fine. I'm completely okay with trying something out and it didn't work out. But then I know, cool, it wasn't for me. I tried my best and I can move. I can't go to bed thinking, what if I had done this?
Hi, everyone. I
Hello.
am here at the finale of Investment Week 23, here with co-founder Jose of StartupStarter. Hi, Jose.
Hey, Syreeta.
Good to see you. It's the end
well.
of the event.
Yes, it is.
I mean, a whole week of activities. Oh my goodness.
A whole 6 months of preparation, if
Yes.
not a year, realistically. Yeah, glad it happened. Such a good experience.
I am too, and I'm looking at you, this glow on your face. We were just talking about it, about how exciting it was to be in a space where we created so many connections. Tell me about that for you.
Well, we built our business based on that, really on like meeting people in a non-transactional way. Like really, I'd rather do you a favor and look out for you and have that level of connection. And for us, the event was all about that. I want to make sure that I want to kick you out because you're having so much fun. And I want you to stay
Right.
here. And that's why we did it on a weekend instead of during the week. Because before, when it was during the week, it was like a job thing. You show up, you check off your box, you get a couple business cards, you write it off, and that's it. But that's not our vibe. My vibe is I want you to connect and have real intimate conversations on a people level. Because then if you meet like that, yeah, business becomes a much better thing. But first, like, okay, I trust you. I like you. Like, with you guys, it's been such a pleasure working with you guys and really getting to know each other. And like, it was such an amazing thing. And that yields such better results.
It does.
Than if I just say, I pay you for something, you come out, cool, job is done.
Right.
So that's really the energy that we go after when we bring to it. And really what I hope everyone enjoyed here.
I know they did. I know there were people from all over. I know we flew in town from Dallas, and I met people from all over, just in many different places. And it was just really delightful to see how many people just wanted to be here. And even just all of the speakers, there was such a variety of topics covered. Tell me about how the vision for all of this came to be. I know Laurel and you work as an excellent team with great strengths, complementing strengths. The branding, I mean, everything, the staging of the venue, all of those things, I know it took some creativity. So share a little bit about that.
It's a team effort. Like I'm a designer by trade. My whole life I've
I
studied
know.
the arts.
Yes.
That's a thing I really care for. But we have a creative director.
Okay.
That comes from HBO, Apple, you name it. So it's like we have that high-end touch because of him. And he loves that piece, and so do I. So we're like design first. Because ultimately, as people, you see a beautiful car and an okay car, you can't even help it. You just look.
You look.
It's a
That's
very
right.
simple, primitive element. And putting it together, same. It's a team effort, right? Like I provide the vision as far as I think this is the way that we can provide real value and create something that people are gonna enjoy. Although I'm a creative, I'm a nerd. Like I'm super intellectual. I can speak about any topic and nerd out fully with any conversation. So I try to create almost like a Davos kind of element, the whole school of whatever element. And I do it as much for myself as for the audience. Like I enjoy you guys' conversation. I'm in there. Right? Like I'm listening and I'm like engaged. I'm like, okay, thank you so much for sharing this. And then Laurel, through this like insane charisma and ability to like connect and close.
That's right.
He's not just going to be friends. He's like, okay, look, it's business.
That's right.
Ultimately,
He's
it allows us to move at such speed.
Yes, it's true.
So it's like, okay, here's the plan. Let's execute. I'll support you fully with anything you need, but ultimately you need that execution to take place. So it's really a combination of everyone. And everyone plays such a key role making it happen. And ultimately, as a company, Laura and I have the same heart. You know, we value conflict and we keep it real with each other and with the whole team. It's one thing we tell everyone, look, StartupStarter values conflict. If I'm making a mistake and I'm not listening, I need you to yell at me. Make sure that I understand what's taking place. Don't let me crash. You know, that's at the core of the company. But afterwards, we're back to being brothers, sisters, whatever. You know,
Yes.
that's really how we play. And in that front, yeah, it's a lot of challenges, a lot of things that happen, but it makes this magical thing. And it's that heart, that essence, that attention to detail that then we put together and creates this magic.
It's a beautiful team dynamic. It's sort of like a dream team in a way, you know, what every business hopes to have that right, the right ingredients between the team of founders that can build together, and you guys are a great example of that. So I'm very inspired.
Thank you.
To see you build this. This is the third year, and it's growing. I mean, there's all action ahead. So what are you excited about the most ahead? What's next? And share as much or as little as you want to share.
Yeah, so we do this not just for media and events. Like, that is, StartupStarter is a technology company, and media is part of that technology, the giant funnel we created. But StartupStarter is building an investment platform designed to provide true due diligence to investors, built on top of APIs, and actually if you think of when Steve Jobs was raising capital, he had a pitch deck and a presentation, and he's showing his product. And that really hasn't evolved since those days.
Right.
It's still pitch deck driven.
It is.
So what we created is a way to actually plug into the companies, private companies, so you can actually see what's taking place, And instead of wanting to go out there and just do marketing, we build this media engine with the conferences and stuff to just talk to people and connect and show what we're about. So we're excited for technology hitting the market. And then the conferences, we pivoted from equity crowdfunding to just the world stage of investing for that reason. And
I love that, by the way.
We had to, and
Yes.
it brings a lot more value to all of us, and it provides more value to the world, because I can get together NBA players and FIFA World Cup legends, and I can get billionaires in one room, because now there is no ceiling to what we're putting together. I can get the who's who, period. And people get it, and they come here, and then they enjoy being with one another on a people level.
That's it.
So yeah, we're excited to really for the future, what's to come, and doing this again and keep on growing and everything.
And what would you say, let's say there's as we go through this interview and someone's watching and hearing your story, your inspiration, and there's someone that's younger, that's coming up, they have a dream, they want to pursue it, and they have these questions in their head. Well, can I do it? Am I qualified to do it? But they're seeing your story. How would you advise someone, or what would you tell someone, or your younger self that is looking to pursue something like StartupStarter?
Just get started. It's hard, but ultimately you can't die and think, what if? I think that's the biggest punishment, right? I think if you take that first step and you commit, it's like jumping out of a plane, building a parachute on the way down. Ultimately, it'll work out. You'll find good people. People are on your side. They want you to succeed because they succeed if you succeed. And people respect that you're moving. So I would say that's the first one. It takes perseverance. It takes not quitting, and there'll be some high highs and some low lows.
That's so true.
But ultimately, as long as you have faith, both in a greater power and in yourself, and you're coachable and you're not lying to yourself, I don't think there's a way you can fail. Ultimately, if you a friend of mine broke it down. I'm Colombian. This friend is German, and Colombians, we're poetic. Germans are data-driven, and we're talking about faith. And he broke it down in a very mathematical way. It's look, if you're optimistic, you're going to win, period. Because you're not going to quit, you keep on moving. I can say faith, okay, I'm thinking a higher power, and things are going to happen, and and I believe in that, and it's going to make it happen. This conference was a plain example of that.
Yes,
we lost our venue.
Yes.
But I think ultimately there is truth to that optimism element. If you work hard, you keep moving forward, you're going to eventually reach that point, no matter what you're doing. If you just go harder than the guy next to you, if the guy to your left falls off, you keep on moving, you're going to get there. But you have to know that, like, okay, you really have to want it. And when it gets hard, it's that really wanting it that is going to keep you moving. So yeah, just do it, get started. Don't be 90 years old thinking, what if? Because that's horrible.
Right, to live with regret.
Yeah, and
that's painful.
Failure is fine. I'm completely okay with trying something out and it didn't work out. But then I know, cool, it wasn't for me. I tried my best and I can move. I can't go to bed thinking, what if I had done this? Because then it's just this thing that, like, man, I probably could have, or I could have not, but then I don't have that answer. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing that. I'm really inspired. Keep doing all of this great work. I'm a supporter, and I'm just so excited about what you have coming up in the future and everything. I know there's so many great announcements to come.
Yeah.
And I know those will come in time.
Yeah.
So, but just know that I am cheering for you from Dallas. You have our support.
Thank you.
And I want the world to know about StartupStarter and what this event has done. For me, it's personally been an incredible way to expand my network and also widen my knowledge base around so many different types of businesses. So, and I believe so many people can benefit from just the value that's, presented here.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
Absolutely. And I love Colombia. That's my favorite place. So, just talking about Colombia, I just get excited about that. Such a pleasure to meet you.
As well.
Awesome. Jose, thank you. Congratulations again. Give you a hug. Thank you so much.
Yeah.